We had the NFL awards last night with Matthew Stafford winning the MVP like I said he would, even though everybody online is upset because Drake May lost by one first place vote that went to Justin Herbert, and nobody feels that that should happen. Everybody feels that Drake May should have won, and in my personal opinion, I disagree. I agree that Matthew Stafford should have won it. He did win it. I'm glad he won it. We also have Myles Garrett winning Defensive Player of the Year. Ted McMillan of the Panthers winning Offensive Player of the Year. Christian McCaffrey, Comeback Player of the Year. Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year. Josh McDaniels, Assistant Coach of the Year. We have Bobby Wagner winning the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. And the Denver Broncos won 0 awards. 0 awards. What's going on, the one and only Jordy? So yeah, there was a lot of things that happened last night in the award show. I didn't watch it because I knew it was going to be a joke. I just waited for everything to come out. So yeah, I'm proud of Matthew Stafford for winning the MVP. I am too. I've been saying it. If you've been here, I've been saying it all along that Matthew Stafford was the MVP. Everybody like, no, it's Drake May. No, it's not. It's not even Bo Nix. Matthew Stafford played with a back injury that nobody even thought he was going to play. Then on top of that, he announced on the stage that he will be back for the 2026 NFL season, which made every Rams fan happy. So I know the Broncos, we have way too many injuries. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. We got the Super Bowl on Sunday between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. A lot of 49ers fans are upset because now that the Seahawks logo is painted in their end zone. Good morning as well, Andrew. Broncos will be back next year. I agree as well. Could 2026 NFL season be Matthew Stafford's final year if he announces his retirement? Yes, it can. He'll be on the last year of his contract. He signed a 2-year deal with the Rams. Right now, a lot of people have the Rams taking Ty Simpson in the first round of the draft to sit behind Matthew Stafford, learn behind Sean McVay. Should Dallas sign George Pickens and trade CD? Ooh, that's a good one. Well, let's look what would happen if you were to trade CD Lamb. Let's go to Dallas real quick. Pull to him. Let's see here. He has a $68.8 million cap hit. Or dead cap hit, I mean, a $38.4 million cap hit this year. $41 million next year, $21 million the year after that. I'm not going to say it's an impossible contract to trade, but it is a very hard contract to trade. So, trading CD, you'll get good picks, but on the other hand, that is a very hard contract to trade. Again, he has a $68.8 million cap hit or dead cap hit. He has a $38.4 million cap hit this year, 41.6 next year, 21.3 the year after that. So if the Cowboys were to trade him, they would have to eat some of that Patriots fatigue. So can Myles Garrett break his own single season record of 24 sacks next season? No, I don't think he will. I think it would be cool if he did, but no, I don't think he would. I'm a huge fan of Myles Garrett, but I think the Cleveland Browns are in a lot of trouble. What moves do you see, or would you like the Broncos to make? I would like the Broncos to bring in another wide receiver. I get it. They're looking at the wide receiver out of Washington in the first round of the draft. If he falls all the way to 30, I wouldn't mind them going after Pickens if he isn't franchise tag. I read a lot of Broncos insiders wanting A.J. Brown. I think if we were to make that trade, there would have to be some conditions about his attitude in the locker room and things like that. Either that or you could go and try to trade for Waddle because the Miami Dolphins are absolutely going to have to start making moves if they're planning on releasing Tua Tagovailoa. Max Crosby, yeah, I think Crosby could be gone. Should the Patriots pick up A.J. Brown? That is an interesting perspective. Yeah, Stephon Diggs. I don't know if Diggs is going to come back. You would have to trade for A.J. Brown. So you could look at that, or you could look at them trying to follow what's going on with George Pickens and see if the Cowboys are going to franchise tag him. Are they going to let him test free agency? Or are they going to sign him? If they franchise tag him and you're still interested, are you willing to sign him and give up draft picks because of that signing? Would you look at in division trade with Waddle? There's other players. Hollywood Brown is going to be a free agent. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be a free agent. Deebo Samuels is going to be a free agent. But the problem with Deebo Samuels is his age, and you're not going to get him on a long-term deal. Good morning. How are you doing? So,
who should the Ravens get for AJ Brown? Should the Ravens get AJ Brown?
Right now, the Ravens are kind of in like a standstill mode. They've got to figure out what they're going to do with Lamar Jackson, right? He's got a $74.5 million cap hit this year, $74.5 million this the year after that. They are wanting to extend him, but the talks are not going really well between the Ravens and Lamar's mom because she is his agent. There's rumors of the Raiders trying to trade for Lamar. There's even rumors of the Minnesota Vikings trying to trade for Joe Burrow. Those are not false rumors. Those are real rumors. So everything right now is kind of in a let's see what happens after the combine mode in the NFL, and then they're going to hit it really hard. Alex Singleton for the Denver Broncos, that all depends on what he wants in a contract. Is he going to go off of what his market value is, or is he going to want more? Are we going to bring back Sternard? How about our rookies coming up? There's a lot that's going to play in that move. Why waste capital on wide receivers if the draft class for wide receivers is good this year? Chop, I agree with you 100%. But if you look at the Patriots, you're going to be either drafting 31 or 32. So the caliber of wide receivers in the first round are going to be pretty much gone by the time it gets to you. What does Abdul Carter need to improve in his second season with the Giants? He needs to improve playing in general, Jordy. That's it. He was a very big disappointment this year with the Giants. There was a lot of in locker room turmoil that I read about. I don't know if it's true, but I did read about it. So, yeah, would I sign Mike Evans to a one-year deal? No, I would not. I would sign Mike Evans to a 2-year deal because by signing him to a 2-year, $20 million, $18 million guarantee, that proves to the player, hey, I'm not bringing you in on a 1-year deal to try to win a Super Bowl and we're done, and I'm letting you go. I want you to come in. I want you to be here a couple years to not only be my true number one wide receiver, but I want you to be here to help my young guys like Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, and all them get better at their skills, even Cortland Sutton. So if I were to go after Mike Evans, which if I was the general manager of the Broncos, I would be talking to his agent when legal tampering is allowed on the 9th. I would be like, hey, what is he looking at for a deal? Good morning, mamas. Is he looking for a 1-year, 2-year, 3-year deal? What is he looking at in compensation? Does he care about the year as long as I give him more guaranteed? Those are the things you got to look at with Mike Evans. And if you were to bring in Mike Evans, that would be a huge upgrade to the Denver Broncos or any team that he were to go to say, even the Raiders, to bring in Mike Evans would be a good move, especially if they're going to draft Fernando Mendoza, number 1 overall, if they can't get the trade done for Lamar Jackson. So that is, you got to look at it. What does he want per year? And what kind of contract is he wanting? Is he wanting, a single year, 2-year, 3-year? What does he want to do? And with his experience in the NFL, it's kind of different because you are now, you're talking to a veteran player who you're like, okay, what can we do? Good morning, Andrew. Do you think there's a chance the Vikings sign Kirk Cousins if he's released? No, I don't. I do not think the Vikings will bring back Kirk Cousins. Again, what I am reading coming out of Minnesota and Diana Rossini and all them, the Minnesota Vikings are very serious about trying to put a package together for Joe Burrow. Now, I seriously doubt that's going to happen. I don't see a realm of possibility of the Bengals trading Joe Burrow unless they're offered like 3 second round draft picks. I'd like the ultimate Denver Broncos fan. My favorite player is Bo Nix. I have 5 of his jerseys. Awesome. Good morning, Christian.
Good morning, Armchair.
What's up, Apostle? For 2027 Pro Football Hall of Fame, should Gronk, Big Ben?
Armchair.
Yes, sir.
Would you want AJ Brown on the Broncos if we were to trade for him?
Okay. Here's how it would go. And this is something that Sean Payton and George Payton are going to have a discussion with him about. Now, we do know that A.J. Brown is a great deep run route pass wide receiver, right? You're going to have to talk to him, right? You're going to be like, hey, we don't want no toxicity in this locker room. We are a very tight-knit group. What are you looking at in What are you looking at as a player coming into a new team? What do you want your role to be? Again, he is a veteran, so you've got to kind of treat it that way. And then on top of that, you're going to look at compensation. What would the Eagles want in compensation for an A.J. Brown over the whole Mike Evans thing, who's a free agent? So what I'm hearing with Malik Willis is that the Miami Dolphins are one of the teams to look at to signing Malik Willis in free agency. I was reading that last night. And what that lets me know is the Miami Dolphins are going to take the $99 million cap hit by releasing Tua Tagovailoa. Now, again, that $99 million, you get to split it over 2 years, but right now the Miami Dolphins are already over the cap. So by releasing him as a June 1st designation, it's going to put him over. Now, what they'll probably do is they'll get themselves under the cap first, get into the league year, then do the move. Because if you do it before the league year, now you've got a whole bunch more you got to do to get into the league year. But if you do it after the league year, yeah, it's going to put you over the cap again, but then you have all year to figure out how to get back under it. Tyreek Hill will be released. Tyreek Hill will be released. The Miami Dolphins have already announced that Justin Jefferson and some draft picks for Joe Burrow. Justin Jefferson does not want to get traded. He wants to stay in Minnesota. He has already come out and addressed that. New England Patriots love being the underdog. What usually happens is they will win the Super Bowl. Can you release Tua and Tyreek? Yes. By releasing Tyreek Hill, you actually save money. You don't lose money. And let me pull up his contract so I'll tell you how much money you can save by releasing Tyreek Hill. But you will save money by releasing Tyreek Hill. Hold on, let me pull it up so I can tell you exactly how much money you will save. You will save $37 million this year by releasing Tyreek Hill. You will save $37 million. So if you're right now, if you're the Miami Dolphins, you're $23.1 million over the cap. By releasing Tyreek Hill and you saving $37 million, you will then be $14 million under the cap. Yes, Mikey, I keep seeing that Max Crosby wants to go play for Mike Vrabel in New England. I'm a huge fan of Mike Vrabel. I saw that he won the Coach of the Year. A lot of people were upset about that. But again, I have been a huge Mike Vrabel fan ever since he was the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. And when he went to the New England Patriots, I said that was the perfect move for Robert Kraft to do. It was. It was. So again, I'm a huge fan of Mike Vrabel. I always have been. If I was in the NFL, he would be a coach I would have played for. He is a player's coach. He is a true player's coach. Drake May misses out on an MVP award by a single vote. Yes, that vote went to Justin Herbert. A lot of people are upset about that, but I am not. I think Matthew Stafford is the rightful winner of the MVP. 100% bringing Braves and Josh McDaniel was what they needed. I said that going into the year. I told every single New England Patriot fans who think I can't stand the Patriots, I'm like, you guys just made the perfect move. Signing Bravel, bringing back in McDaniel, who is a great offensive coordinator, one of the best offensive coordinators in the NFL, horrible head coach, but one of the greatest offensive-minded coordinators in the NFL, and it has been proven throughout his tenure in the NFL. He's just a horrible head coach, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with you knowing you are a great coordinator, but a horrible head coach. There's nothing wrong with that. And some of these coordinators, like Stefanski, Joseph, and all them, need to understand that they had their go at being a head coach, and it didn't work. But being a defense coordinator or an offense coordinator, whatever role you play, if you are great in that, there is nothing wrong with you staying in that role. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with it.
Hey, Armchair.
Yes, sir.
The wide receiver room for the Broncos, we have go route runners. We don't have true route running receivers. They're all go route.
Right. We don't have slants, crossers, and post. That's why I'm looking at a Tyreek Hill who is a true route runner. Yes, you can get burned on the deep ball with him, but he is also a true route runner. The same thing with Mike Evans. That's why I'm looking at Mike Evans. Mike Evans, if I'm looking at Tyreek or if I'm looking at Waddle or if I'm looking at Evans, I would go more with Evans because of his size. I'm going to watch the bowl and try to learn the rules. I hope I can help you with that. I will be live for the Super Bowl on TikTok, so hopefully you'll come over and check that out. And I'll do my best to explain everything.
Hey, Armchair. So, if you had to pick between Waddle, Evans, and Hill, who are you going to take?
I'm picking Evans.
If it's
I'm picking Evans. Number one, he's a free agent, so it's not going to cost me anything in draft capital. Number two, this is the only year that Mike Evans did not have over 1,000 yards receiving in his career. The only year. Outside, I think his rookie year or something like that. On top of that, again, I don't have to give up capital for him, and it's probably going to cost me a lot less. Again, if I go for Waddle, Waddle's contract is $11.6 million this year. Right, he's under contract till 2029. He's got a $39.8 million dead cap hit, which I would have to absorb, and I'm gonna have to give up draft picks. So I've got to look at, can I build my team through free agency and draft over trade? If I could add any all-time Bronco player to my team now, who would it be? Oh, man, there's quite a few of them. Steve Atwater, Bill Romanowski, Ed McCaffrey, Shannon Sharp, but they can't play in today's rules because they would all be suspended. No, I want to bring in John Elway. I like John Elway, but I love Bo Nix. I do. Bo Nix and his escapability in the modern NFL is more prominent than a pocket passer. It just is. Von Miller, no. Demaryius Thomas, great wide receiver. I was a huge Ed McCaffrey fan growing up as a kid. What is everybody's opinion on this whole football year, college, and NFL? Was this a good year? Was it a good year? In college, no. It was not a good year in college. I think they got the 12 teams wrong. Number one, being an Alabama fan, they should have never been in the 12 game or the 12 team playoffs. They shouldn't. And I'm an Alabama fan. And no way should they have been in there. Notre Dame should have been over Alabama. Alabama had 3 losses. Come in.
I know you made a podcast live stream. I talked to you real quick. It's important.
Guys, hold on. I got to mute my mic real quick. Just give me just a second.
I like Tyreek Hill.
All right, guys, I'm back.
We need to see him on the field. I don't want to sign Tyreek that fast.
I just want to see Tyreek Hill for his speed. That'd be nice to have for the Broncos.
Okay, well, hold on. You got to remember what Tyreek Hill's coming off of.
Yeah, I know.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. The leg injury, because he was saying he would like to have Tyreek Hill in the Denver uniform. I said, okay, that wouldn't, he know I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. That wouldn't upset, that wouldn't make me mad.
Well,
because I know Tyreek Hill got an injury.
Right, and it's not just a simple injury. That's the deal when it comes to Tyreek Hill. He tore all 3 ligaments in his knee. And there's no guarantee he's going to be back for the beginning of the year. They're saying it could be towards the middle or the end of the 2026 season. So why am I going to sign a player who I'm not even going to have? I can't do that. So I got to look at players that are available to me now. Mike Evans, A.J. Brown, Waddle, somebody like that, right? But when I look at it, I also look how many draft picks I have with the Denver Broncos right now. I believe they have 7 or 8 draft picks this year. I want to keep those picks because I need to build up my team. I need to start bringing in players that are going to be replacing veteran players. I don't know what's going to go on with Riley Moss. I don't know what's going to go on with Alex Singleton. I don't know how much money Singleton is going to want. I don't even know if we're going to keep Evan Ingram or is he going to be a cap casualty and we bring in somebody like a David Njoku, something like that. I need to bring in a right guard, possibly a backup center. It all depends on how McGlinchey is when he comes back, right? There's so many.
but Riley Moss will be.
Mark Andrews is going nowhere because he just re-signed a contract with the Baltimore Ravens. So if you were to get Mark Andrews, you would have to trade for him.
Riley Moss still got 1 year on the deal.
Right. And so I've got to be prepared. I have to be prepared for when that happens to me in 2027. You, as a general manager, you can't just focus year to year. You actually have to focus 2, 3, 4 years in advance because you're going to need the money. You're going to need the money. You're going to need the capital and everything for when that comes at you.
Yeah, that's true. But I think they got players already in that building that can replace Riley Moss.
Well, you can look. Well, number one, McMillan, or what is it? Jaquan McMillan? Is that his name, or is that the running back? He's a free agent, so we got to sign him. You got Janae Barron. We'll have to see what his role has stepped up in year 2. Chris Abrams-Strain, PJ Locke is a free agent. Keys we can let go, but I would bring PJ Locke back. You got to look at the linebackers. What's going to go on with Chenard? What's going to go on with Singleton? What are we doing with Q Robertson? Is Dre Greenlaw going to stay? I hope he does. I'm a huge Dre Greenlaw fan, and I hope he's 100% ready to go for 2026 because of all the time he missed in 2025. So John Franklin Myers, is he going to be another cap casualty, meaning we can't re-sign him? We do have Malcolm Roach. We do have Zach Allen. You got Jonathan Cooper, Nick Benito. Nick Benito just had surgery to clean up some damage in his wrist. So, yeah.
But I would bring Key back because he's one of our best special team players.
There is a lot of moves that need to happen. A lot. And, again, you're only playing right now. You're only playing with 20... What do we got? Right now, we are sitting at $26 million in cap space with 54 players. So if we look at, where is he? Hold on, I gotta find him. Where is he at? There he is. Okay, Evan Ingram. If Evan Ingram becomes a cap casualty, we save $9 million this year. 9. Because he's got a $14.1 million cap hit, $10 million dead cap hit. If I were to cut Evan Ingram, I'm paying $5 million this year, $5 million next year, and I'm saving $9 million this year, which would put me up to $35 million in cap space. If I were to go get Michael Pitts in free agency, if I were to go get a David Njoku, even a Travis Kelce, I have to look at, did Evan Ingram live up to what we wanted this year? So I also hear that there's rumblings about Ben Powers, Quinn Miners as well. I've heard Marvin Mims is in his 5th-year deal at 6.1. So Marvin Mims is in his a 5th-year option, and we're gonna have to do a deal with him soon. So if we could get a deal done with him right now in his 3rd-year option, it's our 4th year, I apologize. It's $6.1 million in a cap hit. So if we can do a deal with Marvin Mims to lower his cap hit for this year down to about $2 million, $3 million, and save $3 million on that, there's going to be plenty of moves that are going to happen after the combine, not the Super Bowl, the combine. And the reason why I say that is after the Super Bowl, the Monday after the Super Bowl, the 2025 season completely ends, right? That is when the season ends, is the Monday after the Super Bowl. So on Monday morning, the 2025 season is done. You have until Monday morning, until March 11th, to get all your affairs in order, everything. Your salary cap, your free agents, your trade, your free agent signings that you want to do, your trade possibilities, and then in between all of that, you got to go to Indianapolis for 3 to 4 days for the combine. which I wanted to go to the combine this year, but because of this, I can't. So next year, I am planning to go to the combine with my son-in-law any given Monday, or Hunter, as we know him. Him and I both want to go to the combine next year because he's getting more and more into the knowledge that I know about football, and we want to do it together and go to the combine next year and do a live podcast from there.
Where's the combine gonna be at next year?
The combine's always in Indianapolis. Every single year. It never moves. It's always in Indianapolis.
You know why it's always in Indianapolis?
What's that, C-Right?
Do you know why it's always there?
No, no, I don't.
It's the way the stadium. They have all that technology.
Oh, you're talking about Lucas Oil Field. I've been to that stadium. That stadium on the outside looks like a dang it looks like a dang mall. J.K. stays her cut. Well, you don't have to cut J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is a free agent. So there's something else we got to look at. I hate to say it, but Josh Allen is a grade A choke artist. So crazy that a tough, solid, lethal quarterback just turns to paper in the postseason. Yeah, that hurts. Bills fan in the spring was a bad year for me. I go every year. We should meet up next year, but absolutely, Chop Boy. My wife and I are planning on going to the draft this year in Pittsburgh. We will get more information out about that, when we're going to be there, what times, because I want to meet as many of you guys as possible that is going to be there. What are you guys talking about? All the NFL stadiums coming to the league. What are you guys talking about? All the new NFL stadiums coming to the league. Okay, we can talk about that real quick. That's absolutely perfect, Mr. Madison. With all the new stadiums coming into the league, of course, they're all going to be domes or retractable roofs because they want to hold more events to just the regular season. They want to start holding Super Bowls. They want to start holding concerts, wrestling events, and stuff like that. And on top of that, even the owners of the Denver Broncos said that if they were playing in the new stadium that they're building during the AFC Championship game, knowing that snowstorm was coming, the roof would have been closed. The roof would have been closed. So you got to look at it. The Jaguars in 2027 will be getting a translucent dome put over their field. The Commanders are going to be in a dome. The Titans are going to be in a dome. The Texans' new stadium is also going to be another dome. I don't know if it's a retractable roof yet. They haven't said. The Browns are going to be a dome. The Panthers are going to be putting a translucent dome over their stadium. The Chiefs' new stadium dome. The Commanders' dome. Broncos' retractable roof dome. Because you're putting so much money into this. You're putting so much money into these stadiums. You want them open longer than just 8 to 9 weeks a year.
Yep. I think
what's the draft?
What's that?
The bill. What's the draft? April?
The draft is in the end of April in Pittsburgh. My wife and I will be there live.
No, what date?
Let me pull that up for you. I will pull that up for you right now. I know it's like April 20 something.
24th and 25th.
I think it's April 20.
Hold on, I'll tell you guys right now.
April 23rd, April 24th, and April 25th.
Apostle is right.
Yep, 23rd to the 25th in Pittsburgh, making the first time the city has hosted the event since 1948. The 23rd will be, of course, the first round. 24th will be round 2 and 3, and the 25th will be 4 through 7.
I had to remember that because that draft is around my mother's birthday and my niece and nephew's birthday.
They did lessen the amount of time for the picks. I believe it's no longer 10 minutes, it's 8 minutes.
Did you know the Bills' new stadium is going to have a heated field?
Yes, I did. What's your thoughts on the new Buffalo and Cleveland Browns stadium? I love the new Buffalo stadium. I'm glad they decided not to go with a full dome and only a 40% because you do not want to take out what makes Buffalo football great, and that is the weather. I get that you're losing 10,000 fans because the seats went from over 70,000 to 60,000, but you will have a heated field. You will have a snow track built inside of the stadium, and also you will have heat inside of the stadium to melt the snow. But But during the games when it snows, you'll get snow. You won't have to worry about them calling for fans to come and shovel out snow for $20 an hour to shovel out 4 feet of snow. But it's something that I love. Now, the Cleveland Browns, I'm absolutely against going and doing a full translucent dome. I don't like it. I understand why, but I still don't like it because now you're losing the weather conditions off of the Great Lakes later on in the year. Give him a number one receiver. He wins, no problem. It's definitely not Josh. He has no receivers.
I mean, Buffalo getting a new dome. Can they?
That's not a dome.
Stop.
It's not a dome.
Not a dome, but they get, they're getting a new stadium. I hope it can help them stop losing.
Well, it opens up next year, right? This was the last year of Highmark. It opens up next year. It's a 40% closed stadium, which should help Buffalo in two ways. One, not getting 6 feet of snow into the stadium where you have to dig out to find your seat. Two, it should also help with the crowd noise going up and coming down. And on top of the 40% that is covered, it has tracks that allow the snow to fall off.
And it's a heated field.
And it's a heated. Well, almost every field now is heated.
Yeah.
Even the Packers field is heated. I think the only stadium in the NFL that will never be a dome will be Lambeau Field. Because I think that the city of Green Bay, Wisconsin will absolutely riot if they say that they're going to tear down Lambeau Field and Titletown, USA, and build a brand new dome stadium. I think everybody in Green Bay would absolutely riot.
It wouldn't seem
What
right.
do
It
you
wouldn't
think
seem
about
right.
the Cincinnati Bengals not paying, having so much snow that they didn't want to pay people to shovel?
Well, that's just the Bengals and the ownership group there.
Mm.
Cheap as hell, man.
They're bad.
Mr. Madison, we will have to wait and see what the new rules are going to be passed in the NFL. Are they going to be more strict on hip drop tackles? Are they going to actually call it? Will they change any plays that you can review, especially all of the missed face mask penalties and hip drop tackles? Will they add that into something that can be reviewed from upstairs or in New York? We'll have to wait and see. On top of that, we got to wait and see how are they going to change different parts of the NFL, right? Because they always do it every single year. They're going to bring back the discussion about the tush push. Do we ban it? Do we not ban it? I doubt it gets banned now. On top of that, there's still going to be talks in March at the owners meeting about extending the year to 18 games. If it goes through, it probably won't happen until 2027, 2028, because there's a lot of things they're going to have to work out with the union, the players, and the owners. So
Do you think it's going to ever get to a point where every team has to play an international game?
that is what they're pushing to. Yes, Roger Goodell is making it where every team will play an international game. Not in 1 year. What I mean is not all 32 teams will play an international game in a single season.
That'd be awesome.
No, it wouldn't, because here's the problem. Here's the problem. If you are a season ticket holder, you still have to pay for that ticket.
Mm-hmm.
But it does not count if you go to that game overseas. So if you're a 49ers or Rams fan, and the game was supposed to be, I believe, in LA. Yeah, it was supposed to be in LA. And you are a season ticket holder. You have to pay for that ticket. But if you want to go to that game in Australia, when you get to Australia, you're going to have to buy another ticket. This is something that the fans of the Chargers were suing the NFL over at the beginning of the 2025 NFL season when the Chargers and the Chiefs played in Brazil, because they were still charged for that ticket, but that ticket did not count in Brazil.
Right.
They are pushing for another regular season game because they want to move the Super Bowl to President's Day. That is why. They want to move because there's always been this talk of, hey, the day after the Super Bowl should be a federal holiday. Hold on, guys. I'm getting a phone call.
A lot of people go out to get drunk and they
So,
don't get up the next day.
That was just a simple reminder. Sorry about that. Jim Schwartz will not be coming back to the Cleveland Browns as their defensive coordinator.
I got a question for you, though.
Yes, sir.
So if George Pickens stays with the Dallas Cowboys, which I think they're going to franchise tag him because they're going to have drafts and all of that shit. So where do you think the Dallas Cowboys going to put George Pickens? Do you think they're franchise?
Right now, they're going to
What do you
franchise tag
think,
him, but
Coach?
the main thing they got to do is get right back under that salary cap because they are massively over the cap, which is going to be easy to fix because they're going to go to Dak Prescott and go, we are not paying you 78 million. What is it, 78 million?
Yeah, some
74.
ridiculous
So
number.
right now, the Cowboys are 31.5 million over the cap. Dak Prescott
He already said
contract.
he'll take it. He already said he'll take a cut if he has
But,
to.
but if y'all franchise tag, you know you can still be on the move, right?
What's that? I can't hear you.
If they franchise tag him, he can still be on the move.
Okay, so if you franchise tag him, yes. So if I were to franchise tag George Pickens, another team could come in and go, hey, I'm going to give you this contract that's more than, or it's just, I'm going to give you this contract. The Dallas Cowboys then have a chance to counter that offer. If they don't, the team who offered him the contract gets him, but has to give up 2 first-round draft picks.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're basically saying that's not good.
Oh, no, it's not. Signing him off of a franchise tag is not good. How long do you think it'll be until we get a team in Canada or UK? Right now, the team that I think we'll get first will be in Mexico and Canada. I'm looking at 2030 because they have a problem with Canada in the CFL. So they got to make a deal there with CFL and the NFL in order for them to put a team in Toronto or Alberta, something like that. Do you think any of these awards should have went to someone else? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do like the Defensive Player of the Year award. I do like.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now. I was pissed, dude.
Trust me, you're not the only one.
Dude, I see. Okay, so Dak had an MVP, like the best season of his career, like in 2025, in that. And then Myles Garrett, that was good. But what happened to those other defense players that had a good ass year?
Well,
You robbed them.
we got to remember, and I'm sorry to tell you this, the MVP is a popularity contest. Yes, the NFL wants to add 2 more teams by 2030. The only problem is, well, it's not a problem. This is what the NFL plans to do, and I'll explain to you how it's going to happen, and then I'll get right back to you, Heartless. The NFL wants to get rid of divisions. They no longer want the AFC, the NFC, North, South, East, and West. They just want the NFC conference and the AFC conference. They want to get rid of the divisions. So then you don't have to add 8 teams. You can add 2 at a time. 1 in the AFC and 1 in the NFC. And what will happen is if you're an NFC team or an AFC team, we go to an 18-game schedule. There are 16 teams per conference. You will play 15 of your games against the NFC and 2 to 3 of your games, depending on when we go to 17 or 18 games, against the AFC number 1 and number 2 team. And what that will do is it will fix this problem we're having with the NFL getting mad that teams with better records having to go on the road in the playoffs to division winners who barely break 500. So how they will work it is 1, 2, 3, 4 gets a home playoff game, 5, 6, 7 go on the road. You will no longer have to go, wow, I got this 14-3 team going to this 9-8 team in the playoffs. And what that does, by getting rid of the divisions, it allows you to add 2 teams at a time instead of having to add 8.
But we would still have the record, right? Like the wins and shit like that.
What do you mean?
Or are they gonna take care of it? Like how many wins you get? Is it still gonna be the same?
Okay, so how it would work is, hold on, I'm gonna write some numbers here real quick.
Let's say you go 8-2, like when it shows it on the season, like your record.
Okay, so you got, I don't even, you can't even see that because of the calendar, or the light. Okay, so how it would work, we're gonna go AFC, NFC teams. You'll have 16 teams per conference, right? You'll have the AFC and the NFC. How it will work, every NFC team, so say you're the Dallas Cowboys, you will play all 15 other NFC teams. You will not play a team twice anymore. You will not be playing the Eagles twice. You will not be playing the Giants twice. You will not be playing the Commanders twice. You will only play them once. So that is 15 of your games. 2 of your games will go against the number 1 and the number 2 team of the AFC. That is where you will get your 17-game schedule. And whatever your record is will then put you at 1 through 16 in your conference, so that when it comes time to the playoffs, 1, 2, 3, 4 will all get the home playoff games, whatever their records are. If they're the first team, the second, the third, the fourth team, they will have the home playoff games. 5, 6, and 7 will go on the road. It will no longer be a 14-3, a 12-5 team going on the road into a 9-8 team stadium in the playoffs. It won't be that way anymore.
Hey, I got another question for you. Where do you think Caleb Downs is going to be picked at?
I have no idea. Right now, this draft is kind of wonky.
You don't like it?
Not really, and I'm going to explain why. I don't think Mendoza is a true number 1 overall pick. I just don't. But that's my opinion. I also think that pick could get traded. On top of that, outside of Mendoza, there are no true other first-round quarterbacks. Ty Simpson out of Alabama is not a first-round draft pick, but I can tell you right now, Mel Kiper Jr. in the NFL is going to be hyping that kid up.
First-round draft pick. There's no way.
What's that?
I said Ty Simpson will be a first-round draft pick.
Oh, I know he's going to be, but he's not worthy of a first-round draft pick. They're saying he's going to go. Hold on, let me pull up CBS real quick. Where is it?
Hey, buddy, I don't think he is. I really don't.
Draft him because we're so curious.
I think he's worthy of a first-round draft pick.
They're saying that Ty Simpson is going to go.
He's going 3, bro. I'm telling you.
Want me to?
Hold
I think
on.
that's why this draft is good, because you don't know where people will.
Hey, see, wait. I'm gonna tell you right now. Caleb Downs is going probably
All right.
6.
They're saying Ty Simpson is going to go number 29 to the Los Angeles Rams.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're gonna trade him.
That's what CBS has. Who is the player you guys are talking about? Ty Simpson?
Caleb Downs.
Oh, Caleb Downs.
Well, they said there's there's like 4 teams that Caleb Downs could be placed in: Dallas, Las Vegas Raiders, the Chiefs, and I forgot the black and gold.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah. And the Saints, I think that's what it was on the thing too.
Hold on, let me look.
But they said more likely it's gonna be Dallas.
I think the Jets might have a chance to take it too.
Hey, the Jets, bro,
They have Caleb Downs going number 10 to the Cincinnati Bengals.
I don't think that. I don't think he's going. No. Because I wouldn't think he would be good in
Man, I think
Orange.
Cincinnati Bengals is gonna need an edge.
Hey, see, wait, where do you think Jeremiah Love's going? I think he's going to the Chiefs, baby. I think he's going to the Chiefs.
They say he's going number 12 to the Dallas Cowboys.
Who? Jeremiah Love?
Yes.
I think he's going to the Saints.
Is Jeremiah Love good?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what position do you play? Wide receiver, right?
Running back.
Running back. I don't want him. I want that number 4 running back that just Heisman. What's his name?
The Heisman winner was Mendoza out of Indiana.
Yeah, Mendoza.
He's going. They have him number 1 to the Raiders.
You think he's going to Raiders?
Unless they trade it away.
Where does Denzel Boston going?
Hold on.
I think he.
David, you already know they got Denzel Boston going to them. You already know that.
All right, here we go. I need to pull this up.
America, where do you think Hunter is going?
Who?
Hunter. I forgot his name, but I think that's his name, Hunter. He's a
Oh,
tight end.
the tight end out of Oregon.
Yeah, Hunter or something.
They have him going. I'm
Is there
looking.
any way we could get Max Crosby
No,
if the Raiders trade him?
no. We're for the Broncos. It would be extremely hard because it would be an in-division trade, and it's going to cost us more.
You won't go.
No, I'm talking about us,
Who's-
Dallas.
Dallas, yeah, you could. Absolutely, you got the draft picks to do it.
Dallas hasn't been good in 30 years.
No, but I really think Jerry Jones is getting out of his ass.
All right, they have Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon, going 23 to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, Kenyon.
So, how many wide receivers in the draft?
How many? There's a ton of wide receivers.
This shit's gonna surprise us, dude. I know the NFL got something up their sleeve.
If Denver drafts, I hope we draft a tight end out of Vandy if he's still on the board.
Oh, the tight end out of Vanderbilt.
With Stowers.
Eli Stowers.
Yeah.
They have the
I think he's going to
Broncos.
Dallas Cowboys, brother.
Hold on, they have the Broncos at number 30, taking.
I really think.
It's a wide receiver, isn't it?
Nope, they have Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker out of Texas.
I seen that. I thought he was a wide receiver. Anthony
I've
Johnson.
I've also seen us taking
What about Malik Lemon?
I've seen us taking Daniel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington.
I like how he.
Reuben Bain is going top 5 in my opinion.
If we draft the right receiver,
American, where do you think
Thank you.
Caleb Down's actually gonna go? Where? Like, do you have any mind? Like
No, I don't.
any?
No, but so here's the deal when it comes to the draft. You really can't predict anything right now until after free agency. Because, you're saying, oh, well, this player, that player. But you got to see what these teams do in free agency before the draft. Because free agency will affect the draft.
That and a lot of proven players come out of free agency.
So you got to look at who is going to sign who's going to trade for who, and free agency, and then that'll kind of help you on what direction your team might go in the draft.
I think if we get Jeremiah Love, and that right there was
Right now, they're saying Jeremiah Love could go to the New Orleans Saints.
Well,
but that's a big if, but depending on what they do with Alvin Kamara.
Where is Dobbins going?
Hold on, let me pull him up real quick.
hey Wes, what do you think?
So
Caleb Down's
Alvin
gonna go?
Kamara is got one more year on his deal. He's 31 years old. If you cut him, you save $9 million. If you cut Alvin Kamara, you save $9 million.
Yeah, I would have cut him.
And the Saints are 41.7 million already over the cap. And they really don't have anybody with a huge contract that they can manipulate enough to get back under the cap quickly.
I
Well, the
agree.
Saints is also trying to move Chris Olave too.
Everyone wants to play for Denver. Are they still playing a quarterback?
Well, if you cut Chris Olave, so if you trade him, you save 15 million. If you cut him, you save $8 million.
Yeah, it's not really
where he's trying to get out of New Orleans.
But he's also, well, I mean, he's 26 years old. That'd be a trade I'd be willing to do.
Are they still playing a quarterback this week?
Tyler Shuck doesn't have to worry about a contract for 3 more years. He's on his rookie deal. You ain't got to worry about paying Tyler Shuck anything for 3 more years.
Are they still paying Carter?
No. Derek Carr, no. I mean, yeah, well, kind of. They have $90.5 million in dead cap. Let me look at let me see. All right, here we go. So yes, all right. So this is what they're paying. This is what they're paying in dead cap money. Derek Carr, $59.6 million. Ryan Ramczyk, $11 million. Tyrann Mathieu, $9 million. Brandon Cooks, $3 million, and then everybody after that is in the under $1 million. Their biggest one is Derek Carr at $59.6 million. And remember, you cannot manipulate dead cap money. That is the only thing you cannot manipulate. Yes, I would be opposed to taking Von Miller for 1 more year. I'd take it for a 1-day contract to retire, but not on my roster. I would not.
We got 3 months for this shit.
I'm not wasting a roster space for a player that's only going to probably play 20% of the snaps. I have other areas of that team I need that roster space for. Bo Nix was not an MVP finalist. It was between Drake May and Matthew Stafford. Good morning, Brandon.
Armchair was right about Matthew Stafford winning.
Yeah, we knew he was gonna win.
I've been saying that all year.
Yeah, I didn't think Drake May was gonna win. I don't know what they said.
So America. So we have 3 months for this shit to wait for the draft.
Okay, are you calling me America or Armchair?
No, I'm just calling you America. No.
No, my tag name is Armchair.
Yes, I know that.
Come on, put respect on the Go Armchair, bro.
Von Miller, linebacker coach. I'd be okay with that, Andrew. I do not want him as a player.
Cowboys got a good defense coordinator.
Yeah, why they hired Matt Eberflus, I will never know. I even said that all year. That was one of the hires that Brian Schottenheimer did that I completely disagreed with. And I'm a huge fan of Brian Schottenheimer. I love what he did with that offense in Dallas. I love what he did with Javonte Williams, who again is a free agent. That's another thing you got to look at with the Cowboys. Are they going to bring back Javonte Williams, or are they going to go in the draft or free agency? Breece Hall's a free agent. Hunt is a free agent. Pierce is a free agent. J.K. Dobbins is a free agent.
I think we let Williams walk and we get Breece Hall.
The only way A.J. Brown comes to the Broncos is via trade, and there are going to have to be a lot of discussions about that trade. What are the Eagles going to want in compensation?
George Pickens, what do you think about him in Denver?
I don't like what he wants per year. He wants over $30 million.
Him with Bo Nix would just be so dirty, man. I hope Bo Nix can get a true number 1 with Portland.
AJ, I really want AJ out of
What do you think about the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, the Eagles offensive coordinator walking out on them?
Yeah, he said because they wouldn't listen to him. Yeah. There's a lot of problems going on inside of that Eagles building. A lot.
That's a big loss for Philly.
Hey, I think they should hire a new coach in Philly.
They will. That all depends on. Okay, so here's the deal: you don't fire a head coach after winning a Super Bowl. You don't. Now, 2 years, 3 years afterwards, if you don't get back, then we can talk. But you do not fire a head coach the year after you win a Super Bowl. You don't do it. You wait. You have to wait.
But it was a dumbass decision. He makes dumb decisions.
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not at all. But I'm just saying, if you were to fire a head coach the year after winning a Super Bowl, that completely demoralizes your locker room.
And you know what the crazy part is? The Eagles let Christian Parker just walk out of the building
There's going to be a lot. So AJ Brown could be gone from the Eagles. Who would they replace him with? I don't know. But again, if I'm the Denver Broncos, if I'm in that room with Sean Payton and George Payton, there are 3 wide receivers I'm looking at. A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle, and Mike Evans. Mike Evans is not going to cost me anything in draft capital. Nothing. Because he's a free agent. Waddle and Brown are going to cost me things in draft capital, and I'm going to have to find out what am I willing to pay for those players in draft capital to come on my team. And what are those teams going to want in return? Are they going to want a first rounder? My answer would be no. A late second rounder, maybe third rounder, then we can start talking. But if you come at me with you want a first round pick for A.J. Brown and Waddle, I'm done. The conversation's over.
Especially not Waddle.
I'm not giving up a first round draft pick.
I'm gonna be honest. AJ wants out of the Eagles, bro. I can even tell on his face he doesn't want to be there no more.
You know, once he'd get with Bo Nix as a true number 1, man, he would love Denver. I'm saying.
So hopefully George Payton and Sean Payton get something done. Again, they have from Monday the 9th, February 9th, until March 9th to get all of this ready. To get what they're going to do in free agency, how they're going to add more money to their cap, are they going to trade for players, go to the combine, get their draft in order, all of that.
Hey, Armchair.
Yes, sir.
I really think AJ, if he gets traded, I think he's going to play with DK Metcalf. I really do. I think he's going to Pittsburgh.
That all depends on what. Now we got to throw that into perspective, because what is Mike McCarthy going to do? What is he going to want to do? Who's going to be your quarterback? Are they going to bring Aaron Rodgers back? Is Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy's hatred for each other gone? You know, there's going to be a lot of things that happen in Pittsburgh. Do we keep TJ Watt, even though we just re-signed him? What are we going to do with Cameron Hayward? What are we going to do in the running back room? We really do need to look at the defensive backfield and the wide receivers. A.J. Brown to the Bills. I don't know, man. There's a lot of internal struggles going on with the Bills right now. After firing your head coach, which I said was going to happen, I had said it. The Bills did not make it to the Super Bowl.
But that was a stupid decision.
That Sean was going to be gone. Sean McDermott was going to be gone, and then you promote your offensive coordinator.
You know that?
Oh, I agree. I had said that's literally what I said. I said they're gonna fire him, and it's gonna be the worst decision they can make.
Because
and I was right.
Now, what are they gonna do? They're looking for a coach. What they're looking for a coach right now because
they have a coach. No, they already have a head coach. They promoted their offensive coordinator to head coach.
Oh, that's not good.
Joe Brady, they hired already.
Bro, please don't give Josh Allen, A.J. Brown, please. I'm trying to stay going to the freaking playoff Super Bowl with the Broncos, bro. Don't let Josh Allen happen.
Again, well, let me pull up the Bills real quick. Let's see what the Bills are looking at with money.
Why would you like give your head coach that won you the playoffs and?
Okay, the Bills are $9.8 million over the cap. $9.8 million over the cap. Josh Allen has a $56.3 million cap hit this year. Dawkins has a 24.8. Oliver has a 23.9. Spencer Brown has a 19.3. You're Cook. Where's Cooks? Cook. Well, at least James Cook is only 5.8.
The Dallas Cowboys good, right?
No, the Dallas Cowboys are not good. They're $31 million over the cap.
So if we just start giving players away and trading.
No, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. This is what's going to happen, and I'm going to tell you right now. So let me pull Dallas back up real quick because I like having exact numbers. This is what's going to happen after the season. Right now, you're $31.5 million over the cap. Dak Prescott has a $74 million cap hit. Jerry Jones is going to call Dak Prescott into his office and says, I'm going to write you a $50 million check to knock your cap hit down from 74 to 24. And he's going to say, yes, I take that $50 million, add it to my cap, and now I have $19 million cap space to play with.
Oh, you think Jerry Jones is going to talk to Dak?
You have to. You 100% have to. There is no, oh, he's not going. No, you have to talk to Dak. You have to talk to CeeDee Lamb, who has a $38.4 million cap hit. You're gonna have to get those cap hits lowered, and how you do that is the owner writes a player a check at the beginning of the year out of his own money, and it lowers his cap hit. So there's no way Dak Prescott is going to make $74 million against the cap. There's no way CeeDee Lamb is $4 million against the cap. They're going to lower those by writing each player a check at the beginning to make cap space, because if they want to bring Pickens back, franchise tag is $29 million, and franchise tag is fully guaranteed. And you cannot manipulate it. So that $29 million would automatically go onto your cap, which right now would make the Dallas Cowboys almost $60 million over the cap. Because when it comes to franchise tag and dead cap money, you cannot manipulate those. Cap hits you can legally manipulate. It's called legal cap manipulation. That's what it's called. Legal cap manipulation.
You should have been a coach.
I would rather be a general manager than a coach. I really would. I've been a head coach before. I get it. They were 13 to 15-year-old kids, but I've been a head coach. I've been an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. I would rather build a team and build it right.
Yo, so do you think LeBron James is gonna sign with the Denver Broncos next year?
Who?
What are you doing?
What's up, Drake?
He's just saying LeBron James.
Oh, what's up?
With the Broncos. He's just wrong.
It's all right, man. Hey, any question that deals with football is allowed in here, to the best of my ability.
No.
If you said LeBron James, okay, hold on. I want to talk about that. Hold on, before we go off on, hold up. I have heard rumors for years that LeBron James has been wanting to come to the NFL.
Yep.
If he were to sign with an NFL team, there's only really one team that I could see signing him. And it's going to be hilarious, but it's the Dallas Cowboys. That is really the only team that I could legitimately see signing LeBron James as a wide receiver. Now, it's never going to happen because of his injuries and his age.
He's 40 years old.
Yes, Jim Schwartz resigned from the Cleveland Browns, which a lot of people saw coming.
Oh, did y'all see that Moss fucking trade? You see that?
That what?
I forgot his name, but it starts with a Mall. He was with what's his name? He just got traded with his brother.
For if you're talking about any other sport besides basketball, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Basketball.
I don't watch basketball.
We don't talk basketball here.
I don't watch basketball. I don't talk basketball. I don't watch baseball. I don't talk baseball. I don't watch hockey. I don't talk hockey. This is pure football. I do not watch any other sport but NFL, college football, and UFL. That's it. That's all I watch. I'm not interested in any other sport.
Next year?
What's that?
You think that the Texas Longhorns going to win it next year?
No, I don't. I get it. You have Arch Manning coming back for one more year. But with the transfer portal, everybody better keep a close eye on LSU. Everybody better keep a really close eye on LSU and what they're going to do in the SEC. With bringing in their new head coach, signing or getting a quarterback out of the transfer portal, and other players coming from Ole Miss, everybody better keep a close eye on LSU. Alabama's going to be going in with a new quarterback. Miami's going in with a new quarterback. Indiana's going in with a new quarterback. And then you had Arizona State lose their quarterback in the transfer portal to, Ole Miss.
Oh, I got a question. So Indiana, that dude that won the
Fernando Mendoza?
Yeah. Is he in the draft this year?
Yes, he is projected to go number 1 overall to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Hey, that's where he wanted to go.
Well, I think that's absolutely a horrible move. I do. Number 1, the Raiders do not have an interior offensive line, and that kid's going to be running around pretty much, trying to protect his health. It's the same thing that happened with Ashton Jeanty. Yeah, Ashton Jeanty as a rookie had over 1,000 yards rushing, but he was also the most hit running back in the NFL behind the line of scrimmage. Even though he had over 1,000 yards rushing, and I think it was 14 or 1,500 all-purpose yards, he was also the highest hit running back behind the line of scrimmage in the NFL. On top of that, your defense is a mess. You're bringing in a new head coach, offensive coordinator from the Seattle Seahawks, Clint Kubiak. He'll start on Monday because he can't do anything now because he's in the Super Bowl. And then he's got to build up a staff. So he's going to be starting behind everybody else. I wouldn't be surprised to see Clint Kubiak bring in Jim Schwartz as his defensive coordinator.
Who do you think's winning it?
Winning the Super Bowl, I got the Seattle Seahawks by 10. I have the Seattle Seahawks by 10.
If they win the Super Bowl, they could try to keep their coach.
Well, their coach, what? Clint Kubiak? No, he's gone. Their offensive coordinator? No, he's gone. Even if by winning the Super Bowl, he's gone. They already have a deal ready to go for him with the Raiders, but nothing can be made official until the Monday after the Super Bowl.
I'm interested in this draft, for real.
I am too. That's why I find it exciting. My wife and I are going to be live at the draft.
Hey, it's gonna be.
All right, if you're talking about Sam Darnold's under a 3-year deal, I believe, with the Seattle Seahawks right now. Let me pull it up.
Stafford is?
No, Sam Darnold. Matthew Stafford only has 1 year left on his contract.
I thought Sam Darnold retired.
Sam Darnold for the Seattle Seahawks is under a 3-year, $100.5 million contract. Matthew Stafford has 1 more year on his contract, and he stated last night he'll be coming back for his final season with the Rams. The reason why I have the Seattle Seahawks by 10, a lot of people have the Seahawks by more. I don't. Number one, it's the Super Bowl. I don't think, what happened last year with the Eagles and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl is a rarity that we haven't seen since the 80s and 90s.
Sure, the Broncos suck.
When the Broncos got whooped by the 49ers. And they also got whooped by the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 48. So it's a very rare thing that happens. So I don't see it happening again. Now, it's like I try to tell Patriots fans, the way you win this game is you have to force Sam Darnold to throw 2 interceptions. And you have to stop K9. On the flip side, for Seattle to win this game, it's been proven that Drake May has a ball control problem. He has 6 fumbles in the playoffs. 6 fumbles in the playoffs in 2 games, lost 3, and he was sacked 16 times throughout the playoffs.
But let's not mention Drake May. Let's not mention that when he's under pressure, he's ass.
And so you're going up against a really good, tough defense in Seattle. You're going up against KSN. You're going up against Cooper Kupp, K9, Kenneth Walker. You also got Rashid Shaheed for the Seattle Seahawks, which I think they're going to pay him. Their offensive line is very good at run blocking. Pass pro, it's hit or miss. But run blocking, their offensive line is very good. And when I look at the New England Patriots offensive line, especially to the left side, where the left tackle is a rookie who has given up a ton of pressures this year, which has led to multiple sacks against Drake May and multiple turnovers, especially in the playoffs, that is a very big concern for the New England Patriots.
My question is where's that dude that said that he will do everything in his power? Ben something?
I have no idea.
The one that got drafted to the Patriots.
I have no idea what you're talking about, brother. I
protect the Corby. His name is Ben something.
Pat Stevens is letting up 8.3 points a game, second all time behind the 2000 Raiders. Yes, I get that. And now Javier, you're not going to hear, oh, well, the Patriots didn't play anybody. I don't go off of strength of schedule. I don't, I won't, and I never will. You play who is put in front of you. Every player in the NFL, guess what, is in the NFL for a reason, right? These are not just guys, well, At the beginning of the year, these are not guys right off the street, right? It's not like the offensive line built by IKEA for the Chargers in the playoffs. At the beginning of the year, you're in the NFL for a reason. So a strength of schedule means jack crap to me. You play who's put in front of you. But I have to look at what you've done throughout the year. Your quarterback only has one game where he threw for over 300 yards, and I get it. Oh, his completion percentage is the highest in the NFL. Yes, because even with dink and dunk passes, that counts as a completion. On top of that, he does have turnovers. He has committed turnovers. He has committed a ton of sacks. That is a problem, especially on the left side of that line. Then I have to look at other games. I know I bring it up. You guys lost to the Raiders, the worst team in the NFL. I get it. It was week 1, but you still lost. Same thing with the Seattle Seahawks. They lost week 1 against the San Francisco 49ers. And then absolutely dominated them in the divisional round of the playoffs. And then on top of that, you had a game against the Buffalo Bills in Foxborough where you were winning 24-3 at halftime and you lost. So I look at so people like to say stats. I get it. We have stat chasers. Great. But I like to look outside of the stats. I like to look outside of, okay, what do these stats really mean? There you are. There you go, brother. Morning.
And the news is breaking. You see what Jim Schwartz just did to the Browns?
Yeah, he left, which I think is going to be the defensive coordinator for the Raiders.
That's crazy. I did not expect that.
His name is Will Campbell.
Oh, Will Campbell.
They just signed him.
He got the offensive tackle. He has 22.
Yeah, he's the left tackle for the New England Patriots who've given up plenty of sacks. I know who Will Campbell is.
Hey, I'll be honest though. I do not got as much hesitation with Mike McCarthy as I did 2 weeks ago. Because he is building one heck of a coaching staff.
I hope so. You know, it's like we were talking about earlier about when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. We got to figure out what you guys are doing at the quarterback position. Is Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers feud done and over with? And is Rodgers coming back? What are you going to do with the running back room? Are you going to bring in another wide receiver, which you absolutely do have to do outside of DK Metcalf? You got to build up that defense again, especially the defensive backfield. Do you keep Cam Hayward? I just there's so much that needs to happen.
From what Mike McCarthy said, his last interview, he was asked by somebody if he's talked to Rodgers since being hired. And he said he's talked to him a couple times. So I don't know with the feud wise there. At least he's talking to him. But hey, when was the last time a coach ran Pittsburgh and had assistant coaches on top of the coaches they had? That is a big change for us. We've never had a double a head coach and assistant head coach. We've never had an offensive coordinator and an assistant offensive coordinator. Like Mike McCarthy's doing his thing. I got to give it to him. I just hope it all works out for us.
That's the deal. And how it's going to work out is the guy under center.
I think AJ Brown's going to you.
I've been seeing a lot of us, and I've seen at the awards yesterday that Derrick Henry was recruiting AJ Brown too.
That would have shocked me.
I think AJ Brown's done in Philly.
I think everybody feels AJ Brown is done in Philly, but again, it's all going to come down to what does the Eagles want in compensation.
I could see him teaming up with his old buddy from Tennessee, Derrick Henry, back in Baltimore.
That's the big deal. What are they going to want in compensation?
I can see that.
He's too much money, bro.
To add on to what you said, I can see that, and a lot of people are saying they can see the Patriots with Mike Vrabel.
I can see that too. I could also see Max Crosby to the Patriots or the Cowboys, either one.
Yeah. Hey, if Max goes to the Cowboys might have something cooking next year.
Well, right now the
Max
Cowboys
Crosby.
have got to get under the salary cap. That's the big deal. That is a big
Have a good
problem.
day, sir.
Oh yeah, well they gotta restructure CD. They're definitely gonna need to restructure Dak. I'm sorry.
Well, you're not restructuring Dak. You're not going to restructure. What you're going to do is you're going to give him a $50 million bonus check at the beginning of the year to lower his cap hit from 74 to 24 million. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to move from Dak Prescott.
They will not move from Dak Prescott until 2027.
Yep.
I agree with you. A lot of people have been saying that this is one of the least entertaining Super Bowls in modern Super Bowl history. Programming wise, has been horrible. The Pro Bowl was a complete joke. Even the announcement for it, where they played it, how they played it, trying to find it where you could watch it, and it being on a Tuesday night, nobody really cared. And already, a lot of people are not very interested in this Super Bowl. They're just not. I don't understand. I understand, but I don't understand why. Coming from a guy who has dedicated about 30 years of his life to this sport, the Super Bowl is the biggest thing.
You think the Broncos will ever win a Super Bowl in their life?
The Broncos have won a Super Bowl. They've won 3.
No, like recently, like
Yeah, they won 10 years ago.
2027.
Well, there is no more XFL. There is the UFL. So the XFL and the USFL combined, and now is the UFL.
I'll agree with that. This Super Bowl promotion, and I don't know if it's just because everybody has gotten so used to seeing the Patriots go to the Super Bowl.
And I've got the old one.
Or whatever.
I have the original XFL ball.
I don't
So
know.
you think the NFL is gonna mix it all up?
What do you mean mix it all up?
So the NFL and the when you don't make it to the NFL,
UFL.
Oh, you're talking about the
UFL,
UFL? So the UFL starts in March. And they were talking about expanding it this year to 2 more teams, but they're going to hold that off until next year. They right now have 8 teams going into 2027. They want to have 10 to 12 teams. It's actually a very entertaining league to watch. It really is.
So how is it gonna work if like the NFL is just gonna be like a part of
The UFL and the
They're gonna
NFL
mix
have
it
nothing
into-
to do with each other. The UFL is kind of like minor league baseball.
Oh, so it would never be like that. It would never.
It's just a minor league of football for players who want to try to get back into the league, or players who were not able to get into the league to hone their skills.
Does Pittsburgh have a UFL team?
No, they're pretty much all in the middle of the country.
I wish we did.
I really enjoy it because, everybody's like, oh man, after the Super Bowl, we don't get football till August. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? We have the UFL in March. We have the Combine in the end of April. We have the draft in April. We have free agency in March. We have mini camps in May. We have mandatory mini camps in June. And we have training camps in July. How's everybody freaking out that we don't have football till August? If you're a true NFL fan, you know when there is going to be football and how it all works. Because everything from the day after the Super Bowl to the day that the regular season kickoff matters.
So the N word when you don't make it to the NFL. So is it like, can you still make it after you join the?
Yes, you can be signed from a UFL team to an NFL team. There's a couple players in the NFL that right now that there's a quarterback, there's a kicker who were signed off of UFL teams this year.
DeAndre Tillman.
So yes, again, all the UFL is a minor league football NFL. That's it. Everybody wanted the NFL to have a minor league like baseball
Have a good
has,
day, sir.
and now they do in the UFL. And I enjoy watching the UFL. I really do. Again, it is a spring league football. They're playing real football. This ain't no damn Pro Bowl flag football bullshit. This is actually full contact. I'm going to knock your ass out football.
I hope the Broncos get Mike Evans because that would make a splash.
I would enjoy it again. By getting Mike Evans, you don't got to give up anything in trade capital, and you can sign him to a 2-year deal.
So what are we gonna do with our running back situation?
That's the problem. There's where we come in a little bit of oh crap mode. What are we doing with J.K. Dobbins? Are we going to look at Brees Hall? Are we going to look at Alvin Kamara if the Saints release him? I get it, Alvin Kamara is in his 30s, but hey, 30-year-old running backs have been doing pretty good. Could we bring him in if he's released, give him a veteran deal, and bring him in? I mean, that's a possibility. AK, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. So
I just don't want the Chiefs to do good. I'm sorry. I've been dealing with that the last 10 years.
The Chiefs most likely are going to get Brees Hall.
I hope not.
Well, you got to remember, they tried to trade for him at the end of the trade deadline. They wanted to give up a 4th-round pick for him, but the Jets wanted a 3rd. Now you can just sign him because he's a free agent. AK, I tried to bring you up. What happened, brother?
I want to see Denver try to get Travis Kelce.
We could get Kelsey. I mean, again, we're going to have to work our cap.
Running tight end for us, like, run into the inside and get us a couple yards and help get us down the field.
I think Kelsey's going to retire, bro.
I don't. I honestly don't. I think he wants to try to win one more before he does.
I don't know.
He can do it in Denver. We just get a couple people. We're going right back.
Guys, I'm trying to bring you up, but TikTok is still having glitch problems since last Sunday, so it takes me longer to try to get you guys up.
Bo Nix is going to come back with a chip on his shoulder.
So please,
Buddy, I'm going to be honest with you. The injury, he's not going to be the same.
Who, Bo Nix?
Yeah.
You do realize coming off of the 2024 season, he had to have back surgery for 3 fractured discs in his back that he played all year with?
Did he?
Yes.
And he looked just fine.
If you look at the Broncos, they were second in the NFL in a stat that absolutely is brutal, and that is drop passes. The only team above us in drop passes were the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, not Bo Nix. I'm talking about that fuck tight end that the Bengals had.
David Njoku?
Yeah, the dude that split his knee. I forgot. The Ravens hit.
Who will be the quarterback 1 for the Jets next year? What I'm hearing about when it comes to the Jets, with their quarterback 1, they are looking at possibly trading up in the draft. I think it would be really hard, even though they have the draft capital to do it. I've also heard Jacoby Brissett to the Jets, and possibly Malik Willis. So those are a couple names that I've heard. 32 NFL owners are forcing a more halftime show boycott as halftime and the NFL owners companies. I will be watching the Super Bowl. I will not be watching the Super Bowl halftime show. I never do. It doesn't entertain me. After, when I talk about Super Bowl halftime shows that I really enjoyed, I'm still a huge fan of Prince. I loved his halftime show. Michael Jackson back in the day. Our halftime shows, there have been some good ones, and then there's been some I really don't care.
If it's Young Boy, you will watch it.
If it's who?
YB.
Nope. It's trash.
You know what this is, Armchair? This is all political stunt.
I really, I'm
story, bro.
Nice. I hope they don't get Willis. I want him to go to Indianapolis, and Brissett would actually. Malik Willis most likely will not be going to Indianapolis because Indianapolis right now has to make up a big decision. Are they going to give Daniel Jones, a contract, or are they going to go with Riley Leonard out of Notre Dame, who they drafted last year, and see what they do? I never watched the Super Bowl either.
I think they go back with Daniel Jones.
Hey, Armchair.
Yes, sir.
You know why I say this, like the NFL's political? It's because that one, so they got Eminem that 1 year in Detroit, and then they got Cardi B the next, and then they got Taylor Swift the next.
Bro, you're just mad it's not white people. Shut the fuck up.
I don't care if it's white, black. I mean, I loved it when they had Snoop Dogg.
So you're basically assuming that I'm racist.
I loved.
That's how it's seeming, bro. It's like, come on, bro, be cool about it.
I loved when they had Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent. I love when they had Prince. I love when they had Michael Jackson.
This is trash. Don't.
No, I respect you, Arm. I respect you, bro.
I think Michael Jackson, in my opinion, when we talk about the best halftime shows in the NFL, there are two that I have a hard time picking 1 and 2. And that is Prince and Michael Jackson. It's like one day you want to say Michael Jackson had the greatest halftime show in NFL history.
Yeah, right, bro.
And then the next day you're like, well, wait a minute, Prince, Purple Rain. It was raining when he was singing Purple Rain. I'm like, how could that not be the greatest halftime show in NFL history? And then the next day you go back like, wait a minute. Michael Jackson purposely just stood on the stage for 2 minutes doing nothing.
I feel like
and then rocked
we
out.
Stop doing music. I feel like we should change the narrative. We should do something else.
My greatest halftime show.
I think it should be Christian, bro.
With Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and all them. That was.
Oh, that one was great. Snoop Dogg, 50, Dr. Dre, Eminem. That was awesome. That was an awesome halftime show.
That was.
The best.
I got
Hands down. Hold on. We got to say this one. And everybody on here should agree. The best national anthem performance for Super Bowl in Super Bowl history until the day we all die. Whitney Houston.
Stapleton.
Yep, she was good, yes.
The greatest of all time.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, I don't like that one dude that tried to do it. It didn't sound right.
Oh, come on. Don't y'all remember when Roseanne Barr did it? That was hilarious. I love Roseanne. But no, Whitney Houston was the greatest.
I'm a Dallas Cowboys, brother.
Oh, so you're a Cowboy. Okay. And we got a Bronco. I'm a 49er fan.
You're a 49er fan?
Yeah, I'm a 49er, bro.
And I bet you right now, as a 49ers fan, looking at your field is visceral to you. Seeing the end zone painted with the Seattle Seahawks logo and name and colors on your field.
I pissed on that shit already.
The 49ers are crying.
That's gotta hurt. That's gotta be like an internal struggle.
No, we're lurking, bro. We're waiting for any Seattle fans to walk in our stadium. Watch.
So the Seahawks freaking took the stadium?
Huh?
So you said you pissed on your stadium?
I pissed on the Seahawks logo.
Oh, absolutely. You got to. Okay, so 49ers in Seattle are. What's up, Gregor? Are a absolute heated rivalry. Now in your stadium, half of the field is painted Seattle.
Yeah, no, bro. That's like fucking.
That's like putting the Chiefs logo in Mile High.
Bro, we gotta fucking detox that field after.
You gotta do what the Steelers did. You're gonna have to go out there with holy water on that field.
So is Miami changing their stadium? Because they've been talking about
Miami's already changed their stadium. Miami's it's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that are going to be changing their stadium. Well, the Jaguars aren't really changing their stadium per se, but during the 2027 season, the Jaguars will be playing in Orlando for a year because they're about to do a massive $2.1 billion renovation to the Jaguars Stadium, where they're going to be doing a lot of things, including adding a translucent dome. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Raymond James Stadium. I don't know when they're going to do it, but they've been talking about adding more seats and stuff like that and revitalizing that stadium. I just don't know when that's going to happen.
So again, I got another question, because in Dallas, how that big ass statues that's sitting in front of it, like in Dallas?
Yeah, Jerry's Kingdom.
Yeah, they said something about they're gonna build something right there, like a bridge or something like that.
Well, the deal when it comes to the Cowboys Stadium is they're gonna have a decision to make because the stadium literally is falling apart.
Yep.
So Jerry World is falling apart, and you got to remember that was the largest stadium ever built at its time. And I don't know if he's just going to spend the money to upgrade it or what he's going to do. I really don't know because he just paid the stadium off, right? He just finished paying the stadium off. So now it's completely his.
Stadium. What's wrong with that stadium?
AT&T, it's literally falling apart.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, last year, right before a game, a huge chunk of metal fell onto the field.
Yep.
The stadium is literally falling apart. Have you noticed that Dallas hardly ever opens up the roof in that stadium anymore? It's the same thing. It's the same thing with the Texans stadium. Their stadium is so outdated with the technology that it would cost more money to keep it updated than it would to tear it down and build a new one. That's why they hardly ever, if ever, open up the retractable roof at NRG Stadium in Houston. That's why they're tearing down the stadium next to it and building a brand new one to tear that one down.
Yeah, because I think Jerry just said just spend their shit and just
yeah, I'm in a neck brace.
Armchair, when they supposed to start building Denver Stadium?
Denver Stadium is supposed to start construction 2020, the end of 2027, beginning of 2028. Because, and it could even start before then because it's not just a stadium that they're building there. They are building hotels, they're building restaurants, they're also building trains for transportation back and forth to the stadium.
So you live close to Denver?
I live in Texas.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Broncos fan. I live in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I live
What
in.
part of Oklahoma you in? Billy?
Do what?
What part of Oklahoma you in? I'm in Oklahoma City.
I'm in southwest Oklahoma, Mountain View, Oklahoma.
I live in Longview, Texas, northeast Texas.
That Mountain View is 30 miles south of Weatherford.
Oh, really? You're not far. You're maybe about 30, 40 minutes from me.
You said you're in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, I'm in OKC.
You're about an hour and a half from me.
Oh. Oh, wow.
I've been to OKC many a times. You know, Oklahoma has been trying to get an NFL team.
Yep.
They have been trying to put an NFL team in OKC for a long time.
We're not. Well, I don't think we're going to go after a football team. I think
We already
it might
got
be a
Come in.
baseball team.
Who we dropping to give OKC a football team?
You're not dropping nobody. The NFL wants to
would do that.
expand to 32 teams.
I don't think Oklahoma will get
It's
it.
at 32 teams.
I'm sorry, not 32 teams. I don't know why I said that. They're wanting to expand to 40 teams. I don't know why 32 popped into my head.
It's all right.
The NFL wants to expand over the next, I think it's over the next five. So by the year 2030, the NFL wants 4 new teams. After that, I think 2035, they want 4 more teams. They want to go up by 8 teams. And they want to put teams in Mexico, Brazil, Canada.
So so the NFL will play them or no?
Yes. They want
Well,
one in
you have to
Mexico
create 2
City.
divisions.
They want one in Mexico City, Rio de Janeiro, Toronto, Alberta, San Antonio, St. Louis. They talked about putting one back in San Diego, putting one in Portland, Oregon, but that was kind of hard. So that's what, you know, they talked about Portland. They've even talked about New Mexico, but they don't think it would work in New Mexico. In Albuquerque. They talked about it.
NFL or what?
What's that, Billy?
Y'all talking about NFL?
That is NFL teams. They want to expand it from 32 to 40.
God damn.
They want Rio de Janeiro, Mexico City, either right now I'm just going to say Alberta and Toronto, San Antonio, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri. They've talked about putting a team back in San Diego. And then the 8th team, they were looking at Portland, Oregon, or Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Why'd they want to go from 32 to 40?
Because they want to expand the league so they can expand how many games you play and expand how many teams can go to the playoffs. They want to go from 14 to 16. To where, how would they do it?
That just sounds crazy.
This is what the reason why. Okay, we all can understand. Love him or hate him, Roger Goodell is going nowhere. Love him or hate him. There's things Roger Goodell does that we like, but there's a shit ton more that he does we can't stand. But as long as the NFL keeps bringing in $30 billion a year or more, Roger Goodell is going nowhere. Nowhere. On top of that, if you bring in 8 more teams, think of all the revenue that's going to happen. Think about that. So, and another reason why they really want to put one in San Antonio is they're tired of teams threatening to move to San Antonio when they don't get their way. The Buffalo Bills were a couple of days away from becoming the San Antonio Bills because the city of Buffalo did not want to help them build a stadium up there in Orchard Park. So the Bills and their owner were like, fine. San Antonio already said they'll take us. They were a couple days away from becoming the San Antonio Bills. The Kansas City Chiefs were months away from becoming the San Antonio Chiefs until Kansas said, hey, we'll build you a new stadium.
Didn't they used to be the Dallas Chiefs?
They were the Dallas Texans.
The Dallas Texans back in the day.
Okay. I knew they was down in Dallas. I kind of had that backwards.
They were the Dallas Texans.
Yeah.
But they also want to put a team in St. Louis because the state of Missouri is still mad at the NFL for moving the Rams when they already had a plan to build a $2.1 billion stadium for the St. Louis Rams.
I remember that. Yeah, they got mad because of it. Bad.
That is why Kansas City, or the Chiefs, who played in Kansas City, Missouri, could never get approved to build a new stadium where Arrowhead is. That's why they're moving to the opposite side of Kansas City into Kansas and getting a brand new dome stadium.
When they supposed to start building that up? Isn't it pretty soon?
Next year, I believe it's supposed to be opened up by 2028. Oh, no. Wait, I'm sorry. 2031 is when it's supposed to be open because they cannot leave Arrowhead Stadium until 2030. That is when their lease is up.
So Jerry Jones bought the damn stadium. Right
Jerry Jones finally paid the stadium off.
So it's his.
It is his.
I don't know why they ain't considering Omaha. That's on the border of Nebraska and Iowa.
Because you've got to look at one of the reasons why they don't want to put any the teams that far northeast, because you got to look how many teams are already there in the northeast, right? Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions, Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers. All those teams, Buffalo Bills, New York Giants, New York Jets, Baltimore Ravens, Indianapolis Colts. Look at all those in that small area, right? On the map.
This isn't northeast. This is like central north.
Right, but what I'm saying is if you look at the map, of the NFL teams and how many teams are in like an area of the map, but then when you go out west, there hardly is any. You got the Arizona Cardinals, Las Vegas Raiders, Los Angeles Rams, Los Angeles Chargers, Seattle Seahawks, and San Francisco 49ers.
Or even like Salt Lake City.
They have talked about Salt Lake City, but they're running into a huge problem in Salt Lake City. A huge problem.
What's the problem?
Who runs Salt Lake City?
Oh, the Mormons.
There you go. That's the huge problem, putting a team in Salt Lake City. I didn't say it. I just know it. But they've talked for years of putting one in Salt Lake, but they're running into problems because of that. Because pretty much the city of Salt Lake shuts down on Sundays.
Oh wow, I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a day they don't do nothing but worship.
So that is a problem you're going to have. And again, put a team in Salt Lake, you get a lot of fans from Salt Lake City. They have to play away games. People are going to leave the city.
What about Boise?
It's not big enough.
Boise.
It's not big enough.
Not
Boise,
big
Idaho's
enough.
not big enough.
City,
And
yeah.
so, in order to host this NFL team, you have to meet certain recommendations, right?
Yeah, you gotta have,
There are recommendations you have to have in order to host a team.
if there's
Oh,
plenty of
what
hotels
about-
and stuff and all that.
How about San Jose?
Hold on, I'm typing
Yeah,
this up.
let's put one on the North Pole. Heck.
All right, here we go. Cities can acquire an NFL team through a complex process involving NFL owners. It has to be voted on by the owners. The NFL also solicits bids for investors and requires a plan for a host city and proof of funds to make the move viable. Here we go. Requirements are significant financial resources. The city must have substantial financial backing to support the team's operation and development. Experience in business management or sports administration. The city's leadership should have an experience in managing sport teams or business ventures. Community or commitment to community engagement and ethical standards. The city must demonstrate a commitment to engaging with the community and adhering to ethical business practices. This process involves a thorough evaluation of the city's financial health, community engagement, and the city's ability to support the team's operation. Additionally, the city must submit a comprehensive ownership application and undergo background checks before receiving approval from existing team owners, typically requiring a 3/4 majority vote.
Now, does that what you just read make it harder for international teams
Yeah.
like Mexico City and stuff like that?
It does because you're gonna have the hardest part with an international team. Hawaii, they won't do it. It's too small, and they won't. Hawaii is too small. Can't support a football team. I would love a Hawaii team. I really would, but the island's too small. On top of that, how much it costs to live and operate in Hawaii comes into factor there. On top of that, when you look at Mexico City, the hardest part that you're gonna have to get a team in Mexico City, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Ontario, or Toronto is you're gonna have to get a 3/4 vote from the owners. Right? You're gonna have to get 24 owners to say we're good with it.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm just thinking down there, and like Mexico City, you got the cartels.
Yep.
How are you gonna prove stability?
That is a problem that you're gonna have, and it is a big problem.
In Rio too, you know.
And in Rio de Janeiro,
right down there.
that is a big problem. And if you put a team down there, it's going to be hard because of the logistics of owners. But wait a minute, I don't want to pay for my players to have to travel that far and back that many times a year.
I bet you
Plus, you gotta hire security
overseas.
too.
I bet you London comes up with a team before any of them others.
London would probably be the first international team. But again, I don't think we'll get an international team until around 2032, 2034.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
They want to build up more teams in America and Canada before they go to Mexico, Brazil, or London, or France, or anything like that.
I would do Canada before I would do Europe or Mexico. I personally don't like those AM games and all that travel.
Well,
Just
here
throws
we're
things off.
we're about to have a really trying game coming up next year. Yeah, the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams playing in Melbourne, Australia next year. Australia
Oh,
is
wow,
a
that's gonna be-
16-hour time difference.
That's gonna be cool and stuff. You know, it's gonna be neat to see them all go over there and play there. But yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's going to be
I
absolutely
think
brutal.
that's diminishing the brand, if you ask me.
Right now, again, love him or hate him, Roger Goodell is going nowhere. As long as the NFL continues to make 30, 31, 32, 35, 40 billion a year, Roger Goodell will go nowhere. Roger Goodell was
100%, that's
was
true.
handpicked. Roger Goodell was handpicked by Paul Tagliabue because when Roger Goodell worked for the NFL before he became the commissioner, he was the head of marketing, the NFL marketing department. And Paul Tagliabue, who I cannot stand to this day, God rest his soul, and I mean that wholeheartedly. It was sad seeing the man pass. But when he was the commissioner, I could not stand him. He saw what Roger Goodell could do with the marketing and whispered in the ears of the owners that is the guy. That is why the salary cap continues to climb and climb and climb.
And he's made some great decisions as well.
Yeah,
Just
like
look
I
at the
said,
draft.
love him or hate him. You can love him and you can hate him at the same time.
Oh, 100%.
And you better believe it. When my wife and I go to the draft and he comes out there for the first pick, you better believe we will be with the entire crowd booing. Because that is now a tradition, and a tradition that he loves, by the way. Roger Goodell absolutely loves it when he gets booed for the draft. He loves it. It is now a tradition. It's no longer a slander. It's no longer a dig at Roger Goodell. It is, it's expected, so to say. Right?
Where's the draft at this year?
It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I'm going to be there.
My wife and I are going to be there. And I really hope at number 3, and I know my wife is in the chat, so I really hope at number 3, the Arizona Cardinals do something very good, because she's a diehard Cardinals fan. Because if not, my wife, who is a Hispanic, is going to be throwing a chancla at whoever announces that pick for the Arizona Cardinals at number 3.
Did you already pick your hotel?
A buddy of mine who lives in Pittsburgh named Dirk told me to get one by the airport.
The airport's like 45 minutes from downtown.
Right.
I'd say, no, I'm sorry, like 30 minutes from
It's
downtown.
30 minutes.
Who's Arizona? Who's they going to take?
At number 3, okay, so if they do not bring back Connor, their running back, they better pick up Jeremiah Love at number 3. I know a lot of people might be going, oh, that's too high. No, not if you don't bring back Connor.
And they're talking like Jeremiah Love go even lower than that, you know?
Cody, I've got the Seahawks, brother. I've got the Seahawks by 10.
Seahawks by 10.
Seahawks by 10. I see it 23-13 and 30-20.
I bet
Hey,
you
if I was you,
take 10.
I'd get a hotel in the south side.
South side?
Yeah, get one in the south side because I live in Pittsburgh myself. So you can take public transportation or Ubers, all that's going to be accessible. You're only like 10 minutes away from where all the action's happening.
Okay.
But you got to do it now.
Yeah, we're gonna start
hotels.
getting everything ready later this month. We're gonna get the plane tickets. We're gonna reserve the hotel rooms and everything like that. I know it. We gotta buy the tickets for us. They're like $50 to $75.
There's a hotel attached to the casino right. It puts you in walking distance.
That'll be probably what it's in. Because if we could do walking distance, that would be great. Because we're not just going for the draft. we're also going to try to do a tour of the stadium outside and stuff like that. Because my wife and I are got new plans this year for my channel. We're going to go to 4 games, not to watch the game. We are going to go to the Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans, New Orleans Saints, and Kansas City Chiefs to experience their tailgate parties. We're doing 4 teams a year.
Hell yeah.
On top of that, we are going to go to the Hall of Fame game, and we're going to go to the Hall of Fame in August.
Sheridan and Station Square puts you right there too.
Okay. But that is our plan.
If you need any hotel suggestions, you can always inbox me. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll hit you up, Frizz. I'll hit you up. But that is what my wife's and I's plans are for this year. We're going to go to the draft. We're going to go to the Hall of Fame game and the Hall of Fame. Especially now that her favorite player was just inducted into the Hall of Fame last night. She definitely wants to go.
Hey, I got a
Larry Fitzgerald. Good old Fitz. And I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to start making videos. I'm going to start tagging Larry to do everything I can to make it to where my wife can meet Larry Fitzgerald at the Hall of Fame. I'm going to do everything in my power to try to get a hold of Larry Fitzgerald so that my wife can meet him in person at the Hall of Fame. Larry Fitzgerald is her favorite player for the Arizona Cardinals. Then it's Kurt Warner.
Hey, Frisbo.
I felt so bad when they didn't win that dang Super Bowl that year.
I felt good and bad at the same time. My wife's a Cardinals fan. My dad's a Steeler fan.
Hey, Blake, what's up? You've been trying to ask me a question now.
Hey, Cardinals, because
my
the old lady made it hard on you.
Kelly O's Diner.
Kelly O's.
How?
I
Okay,
know her.
Still standing. I'm going to try to get a hold of his agent. I'm going to start putting out things on Twitter, Instagram, the Red app, because I can't say it on here, and TikTok about trying to get a hold of Larry Fitzgerald. I'm going to do everything I can. Get a hold of his agent, his publicist, whoever I can.
But yeah, I was just telling Frisbee, I know the owner of Kelly O's Diner. I went on vacation with her last year. She was in a group that was in.
Nice.
Is that the one in the Strip?
I'm going to try so hard. I really want my wife to meet Larry Fitzgerald. I've met Brian Urlacher. I have met, what was his name? Dick Butkus. I even got to talk to the guy that drafted Roger Staubach, Gil Brandt. So
is the Hall of Fame free to the public?
No, you got to pay for the to go to the Hall of Fame.
I gotta go, Armchair.
All right, Blake.
Blessed day.
Oh, Billy, you're leaving? All right, Billy, you have a great day, brother.
Yep, you too.
Yeah, I've got about 5 more minutes on here before, it all starts messing up. But yeah, I met Brian Urlacher the year after he was drafted by the Bears. I went to the University of New Mexico football training camp, and I met Brian Urlacher there.
I met Barry Switzer.
Nice.
The King. He's such a good dude.
And I was in Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas and went into the sports memorabilia store, turned around, and standing right in front of me was Dick Butkus. Hall of Fame linebacker for the Chicago Bears, Dick Butkus. The nicest guy you would have ever met in your life. Willing just to sit there or stand there and talk football with you. Until it was funny too, because his handler was there trying to tell him that he had to go. And he was like, no, we stood there for about 30, 45 minutes just talking football. Until his handler was like, hey, we've got to go. Nicest guy you would have ever met.
I've met a bunch of Steelers.
Hey, no.
My dad, I don't remember what player it was, but my dad was working at a grocery store as a manager one night, and this guy comes through his line, and my dad sees his ring, right? Like rings I wear. and he sees that it was a Steelers Super Bowl ring. My dad asked him, is that real or fake? And the guy's like, well, it's real. And then my dad stepped back and looked at him, and it was a player. I don't remember what player it was, but it was a player for the Pittsburgh Steelers that won a Super Bowl.
Oh, I also met Brian Bosworth.
Oh, the Boz! That's cool. That's cool. The Boz.
Because I'm from Norman, so he's in Norman quite a bit. Because OU.
Yes, you have to. No, not to be in the Hall of Fame, to go to the Hall of Fame as a fan. You have to pay to get in and go to the game and stuff like that. Not the only thing that is free in the NFL is going to the combine.
The draft.
The draft is not free. The draft
is free to the public.
It is not free. No, it's $50 to $75 for tickets.
And that's to get underneath the.
That's to get under the
canopy.
thing. That's where I want my wife and I to be. Is under the canopy.
Where do you buy those tickets at?
NFL.com.
I'm gonna look at that right now.
You can go to NFL.com. You could go to Ticketmaster, stuff like that. Do you think it's a really chance Brady won't be a first ballot Hall of Famer? No, Ronnie, I don't. I think Brady will be a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. There's just no way he can't be. None. Not having 7 Super Bowl rings, 6 with the Patriots, 1 with the Buccaneers, and everything he did in this league. No, there's no way Brady's not a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely, Fizz.
You don't think that they snubbed Brady the same way they did Belichick for
No,
the
I
same
don't.
reasons?
I don't. I don't think they're going to snub Brady. Belichick, this is what I said when I heard Belichick wasn't getting in. Belichick, unfortunately, did it to himself. And the reason why is you got to remember who votes for the Hall of Fame. It's writers and reporters are part of the vote. And do you remember every press conference and things like that Bill Belichick did with his tenure at New England and how curt and short and everything he was with the press? That came and bit him in the ass. That is why I think he was not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
What about Gronk?
Gronk, I think, should be first ballot Hall of Famer. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love Gronkowski. I would love to meet Gronk. I would love to party, even 41 years old, in a neck brace with 15 back surgeries. If Gronk asked me to party with Gronk, I'm partying with Gronk.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely, I am. I mean, you do not deny Gronk a partying. But guys, I'm going to call it a day. I've been at it for 2 hours. I don't want this thing to start glitching anymore than it already is. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday. If you are new here and like my content and have not hit that follow button, I would greatly appreciate it. That is the only thing I ever ask. It helps me to grow, to get more people in here. I love you too, mamas. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday. Please be safe. And I hope you guys are ready for the Super Bowl and have a great day.
I just got off work.
And I will be live at the Super Bowl. Well, during the Super Bowl. I won't be at the Super Bowl, but I will be live for the Super Bowl.
So I know you're going to the Super Bowl, Armchair. Who do you know?
So I hope I hope to see y'all there. I hope y'all have a great one. Again, I love you, mamas. And I love you guys. I love every single one of you. From me and my family, we thank you and we love you. And I'll catch y'all later.
We love you too, Armchair.
Peace, guys.
Peace.